Good afternoon and welcome to Gray Barn Antiques of Andover, New Jersey. Today we're going to do a fuller video than my usual 15 minutes due to the fact that we were going past 11 o'clock last night on our intended a 5-hour video for our Facebook Live because there's so much stuff in our shop. We have so many great vendors. They're always bringing in such amazing stuff. Most of them are in 2-3 times a week restocking, which is pretty impressive because we're open 5 days a week. So you can imagine new vintage and antiques are always coming into our shop and you never know what you're going to find. So unfortunately, I can't do this every day to show you everything that came in. But today I'm going to do Jazzy Junque, as she's one of the vendors that we were not able to visit with last night. And she's, well, all of our vendors are great. And she's one of our more popular ones. Her prices are just amazing. And she is one of the most eclectic groupings of items that you will see in the shop. Many of our vendors kind of have a specialty, color glassware, New York World's Fair. Jazzy Junque is a little bit of everything, which is how I am in life. I always say it's better to be a jack of all trades than to specialize in one thing. So I'm going to show you a lot of things right now. This is just the case room, and she is a 20% off vendor, which means anything that is not marked firm, you're going to take 20% off the price. Now, our tags are, this is the vendor code. So Jazzy Junque is actually vendor code number 48. And then the price is always going to be on the bottom. So $7 becomes just $5.60. So in these videos, I like you to shop our shop. And if you see anything in this video, our past videos, any of our posts that you would like to see more information on, you wish to purchase, do not hesitate to reach out to us. You can find all that information in our bio. You can comment here on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, that's actually our preferred way. If you can send a screenshot, that's actually the easiest way for me to find what you might be referring to. Or you can give me the timestamp. Just make sure you reference the correct video date so I know which video I'm looking at and which item I'm going to secure for you. So we're going to start in her case. This is our case room. And we spent almost, it had to be close to 2 hours last night in here. And then trying to do the rest of the shop. And this is the smallest room in the shop. So it's just called the case room. It's where our locked cases are, as well as some bookshelves from all of our vendors. So this is her shelf in this case. So you can see how excellent the prices are. Look, it's a Yadro Angel. Do not have the box. This is the glossy finish. She's just $17.60. I'm sorry, I do not know the name of this one, but you can see that is authentic Yadro. This music box is Henri. We all know Henri is wonderful. Now, the thing with this is, maybe it is all wood, because sometimes Henri has been a mix of plastic and wood, but I do believe this girl, I don't know, I think her face might be plastic. See, it is, because the birds and everybody else is wood. So this is a music box. It does work, but it plays slowly. You might be a tinkerer, and you might be able to fix that and get that running correctly. Otherwise, it's just I just love, look at the little wooden carved bunny, and that's only $10. A little bit of Roseville back there. We have some Wedgwood in here, a Wedgwood tabletop lighter for $28. So this is the Jasperware. And Jasperware is just this finish. This is the blue Jasperware. You had it in green and other colors as well. And here's Royal Dalton. This is the balloon lady, and she's just $24. She is the larger one. And then we have the gentleman. I've never seen the gentleman. He is $24. And we do get the other Royal Dalton figurines as well, and they sell quickly. Lenox Bluebell vase. That's very reminiscent of Belique, and that's only $17.60. Goebel. I mean, look at all these great names in here, and the prices are amazing. Shelley. If you know porcelain, if you collect teacups and saucers, you know Shelley is one of the best names in that business. That is $28 and take 20% off. You can see we have a lot of jewelry in here. This is just her shelf. Look at all the stuff she's got in here. Now the watches all need batteries, not untested, so we do make that clear. Gorgeous little beaded bag back there. That is an antique. Some wonderful Valentines. Another Yadro. And that one is $25.60. I love this. I can't believe this is still here. She has a huge collection of salt cellars, and then the wings open up on this one. And there's even some salt cellar spoons, which are very hard to find. This one is sterling silver, and that's only $9.60. Here's another little spoon. And that one's also sterling, and that's just $10. I'm sorry, this is $10. I didn't see the 5. So the salt cellar spoons, you know what? Let's put them together so they're easier to find. So each of those are just $10 each. They are sterling. Got a whole lot of swans going on in here. We did sell a little thimble last night from another case. I don't think we saw this one last night. So this one's just $3.20. So if you missed out on that and you're on right now, just message us that you want that one. Now, a lot of times this is the stuff that this is on the cusp of when Art Nouveau started changing over to Art Deco. So you still have a little bit of the floral Art Nouveau style going in there mixed with the lines of Art Deco. So this is 1920s, early 30s, and that's just $8. Oh, this is pretty. That's only $9.60. So a lot of goodies in there. Again, if I passed anything, another little thimble, that one's $8. That looks like it's cloisonné with some inlaid of mother of pearl. So if I pass something that you want to see, just let me know. And as we walk to the back of the shop, anything along the way, I'll get you more information on. Now we're going to probably pass my husband Don if he's out here, and he's getting all the stuff ready from last night's live. A lot of it's shipping. So yes, we do ship, folks. We'll ship anything that's small enough to ship, which is a pretty good size. You know, you do see we have furniture in here as well. I'm just going to do a quick glance over here. We don't have all the lights on in their booths because I'm just visiting with the one vendor today, but furniture sells here quickly. So, and it's usually used as part of the display. So all these pieces in here you're seeing are for sale, these wonderful tables. We're going to pass Burning Sensation Antiques on this side. He does these tables himself. He's a 76-year-old carpenter, and he restores a lot of things. It just is a really neat piece. I just want to show this. And we can ship this one. So this is Baker's. I mean, look at the lettering on this. Out of Phillipsburg, New Jersey, chemical company. So J.T. Baker's Chemical Company. And this is $80. This is a scarce piece to be in such condition. And that'd be great you can use absolutely stack with that. If you have some shaker boxes and you want to mix in something a little different, that is perfect. On this side, we're passing by the Hip Chick. And we're going to get to the back now where we have Lazy Q's on the other side. We're going to do her bookcase another day. Now we're in Jazzy Junque. She has these 3 booths. This is number 1. I have number 2 there on that corner. She's got those 2 cases on the back wall, and then that's her 3rd booth. On the right over here is Belmont Farmhouse. She is a 30% off vendor. But today we're just going to visit with Jazzy Junque, and hopefully this doesn't take 10 hours to upload, which seems to be the norm for my videos. No matter how short or long they are, it seems 10, 12 hours is the norm. So as you can see, she's got an eclectic mix in here. She tends to have more of the glass in this one. We'll find some more primitives and such in the other ones. And the larger display pieces are not for sale in this booth, but all the rest of the furniture that you see in here is. And the furniture is local pickup. Let's just go right to this little piece of Pyrex here. This is the Green Daisy. So we have the 4-quart is just $17.60. And she has the white with the green, and that is 2.5 quart, and that one is only $14.40. So we do have, and they look to be in pretty good shape. I didn't hold them up to the light to look for any scratches, but they do look very nice. But I'm going to try to do some order here and come in at this way. We'll work our way around the booth. And again, this is going to be longer than my usual 15 minutes, only because we did not get to visit with this vendor last night, and we're trying to visit everybody. I thought this was a box because somebody had turned a napkin holder, letter holder, whatever you want to use this for. Just $8. Very nice piece of brass. Little mini scuttle for just $16. A lot of great salt and pepper shakers. Here's an egg cup. I know people love egg cups. It is newer. It's just $2.40. And priority, if we get it out by probably Wednesday, you should have it by Friday or Saturday if you want to put stuff out for Easter, or just put it away for next year if it doesn't make it on time. So we have these cute little bunnies. These are newer. Let's see. And that one is $12, made from an old repaired wool blanket. Very cool. Good use of that. We have a cute little egg dish for $6.40. This is not, everybody thinks that's stitched. It's a paper in this tray. It's $17.60. You can see there's some little bit of tears going on there and a little bit of crinkling. So, and there's separation of the tray. I've had a lot of people ask about that, and I just want to point that out before anybody else might send an inquiry on that. So we have a lot of Lenox, and the Lenox is priced to move. Plain old candle holder for $4. The animals, the dog and the penguin, are $11.20, and I think the swan might be $6.40. So they have smaller swans like this as well. This is the USA Lenox that does make it the older, more desirable and collectible. There are smaller swans that go with this. So it's often considered, a lot of people use them for trinket dishes, but it's actually the master salts, and then you had the smaller salts, and then you also had in this series, you had the small, little bit smaller than this, and it had the slot in the back for your placeholders. So I mean, that must look amazing to have all those pieces as part of your set on your table. That's a cute little dish. $6.40, folks, for that beautiful piece of Lenox there. So again, if you want more information on anything, just reach out and let me know. This is the Jeanette Glass Company. This is the iris herringbone, and you'll see this. This is another pattern that we see in all different shapes and colors. Different. There's actually carnival, clear, and there's a whole bunch. They did vases, dinner plates, bowls, all that. So it's another set, the Jeanette iris herringbone, that you can kind of get all different colors and see. There's the clear. So yeah, just scroll over a little bit. You can see it's the same exact shape, the same exact pattern, but in clear. So we just use the same molds and just recreate those and just do them in the different color. Like the coin for Astoria, that's another one that comes in a ton of different colors as well. We've got a lot of great teacups and saucers in here. This is what you would call transferware. This is brown transferware. This is like it is Spode. And this is the dishwasher and microwave safe. So not super old, but not new. It is a vintage, and that's just $9.60, and you have the matching saucer with that. So things like that, you might have other pieces in that set. Check it out on replacements. Come back to us, and you'll see. This is where you need to get those pieces. So a lot of times you can find those single individual pieces that you need, that you broke, or you just need to replace, or just want to add. We have 3 game plates here for $9.60, as is. And behind it's turkey, and then there's Canada geese in the back. Carrot plate for $5.60. We can absolutely ship this little guy, just $10. You might want to replace the knob to something a little smaller. I think that knob is kind of a lot large for that drawer, but you can paint, you can replace knobs, you know, use your imagination. That one would be great with some transfers on it, a super easy crafting project for you. What is this? Oh, what is this? Dragon with bell for $9.60. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's adorable. So that looks to be one of those pewter companies. What does that say? Overnight bag with the night with the K. So Dragon Princess. That is so cool. Very cool. All right. There's some more clear glass, cut glass. And I've noticed the glass is making a comeback. The clear glass. We've always done very well with the color glass. Ooh, I know I've got my, this is pink. It might come off a little bit more orange on my screen, but it is pink. So we have this beautiful satin bud vase for just $6.40. Look at the detail on that. That's a beautiful piece of glass. We have an art glass vase in the back for $12. It's probably mass produced. Does not look to be Murano. I saw I think the Pontel, maybe, I don't know, let's see. So that's how we can usually tell. Yeah, so it's got very smooth Pontel, so that would have been done like in a factory. This is a great piece. I can't believe this is still here. This looks to be crystal. 12. Let's see. I can't really get a good feel for it because it has the weight of crystal, and that's just $12 for that nice pitcher. This is a newer mercury colored glass decanter for $11.20. I'm not sure what's on the inside, if it's usable or not. I can get information like that for you after you watch the video and you want that information. You just reach out to me and I will find that out. This is what we call flash glass. So you can see there's some wear, there's some loss of color, and that's when the color, that's just $9.60, is applied after the fact. It's not blown into the glass. So if you do put it through a dishwasher or any kind of astringent detergent, it will remove the color after several washes. So just hand wash it and your flash glass will be fine. And it is recommended to use the Dawn, has nothing in it, the unscented, the original blue, which is what they use on the animals, the ducks and stuff, when they get the oil on them. And that is the least harsh and will not remove your paint. Our Lionel train gentleman, he actually uses that when he's cleaning the trains. So if he's using it on that, you know it's super gentle on your other porcelain, glassware, and china. That's a nice Johnson Brothers platter. it looks like a modification of the blue onion. See that pattern there in the center? And that's 10. And she's got coffee. Oh, look at these. These match that. And that is $11.20. And then our creamer is just, as is, so there's the chips. $3.20. Look at the coffee pot in the back, just $3 firm. You're reading that right. And that's where we talk about the firm. So she marked it down significantly and just threw that firm on there because that is such a good price. Here, I had you plugged in. There we go. The plug just got a little loose. Sorry, I did not mean to blind anybody if you're watching that. This is pretty. This is enamel paint on here. Okay, so it gives it that rise, and that is $19.20. A little glass disc with a bird on it, so $3.20. And then just $3.20 on each Moscow Mule. These were, I remember my dad had a bunch of these. Biggest dust collector. They're really cool to look at, but I guess you could probably hit it with one of the computer little spray that you use on your keyboard. That would probably work very well on those. This is pretty. This is a wood carved tray for just $19.20. Looks to be working out in the fields. There's a little hut there. Very Philippinese in design there, based upon the palm fronds and the stylization of the hats and the hut. Very cool. And I have found Jesus, and he is $4, and he's plastic. But I think he's made in Italy, or I don't know. Looks like he might have something else with him. So that's very cool. The nice thing with the plastic is, unlike the chalkware, you're not going to get all those chips. So he is in perfect condition. Although in my own personal collection, I have some gorgeous chalkware pieces with Mary and Joseph, with Mary and baby Jesus that I just absolutely love, that I got when we were across the street. Yeah, a large bust of her. It's just gorgeous. This shelf is a really good deal. Again, local pickup. Has the measurements here, which I love when my vendors do that. $14.40. So if you're looking for a little shelf for a small area, look at that. And it will hold a lot of your little bric-a-bracs. Put a couple books on some of those shelves. Don't like the color? Paint is your friend. Our friends up at Barb's Treasures and at the Scranberry Coop, but they both have Dixie Belle. Or if you want something quick and easy, if you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, they usually have the Oops paints. And that's over in the paint section. And there's like a jar for a couple of bucks of like a color that they mix that somebody didn't want. And they just call those Oops paints. And they're generally very cheap because of that. So you might find a good deal on that. And paint like that, if it's a oil-based paint, you won't have to do anything. You can just put that right over the surface. It'll just stick to it. It might smell a little bit more. If you're using a water-based paste on that particular piece, I do recommend a light scuffing because this is painted, and you're going to need some. It's a very good paint actually. You're going to need something to make the wood a little porous to receive a water-based paint. So we used to sell paint when we were across the street, so I know what'll work and won't work. That would have been a piece that we would have bought when we were doing the workshops for somebody to paint. Let's just fix this. That's a cool little pot there for $6.40. The teapot, the lid is as is. So I did see that chip. But do you see it when I put the lid on correctly? No. So for that price, for just $6.40, what a fun little teapot. And again, if you're getting these things for just decoration and your colors in your room, this doesn't match your color schemes, but you really like the shape of this, and that you can paint those too. So never fear painting things. I say that all the time, but do not paint the carnival glass. And that's a great price, just $6.40 on that compote. Look at that iridescence, that gorgeous color. And this is what they call marigold, because you can see it's got that orange base. So that's carnival glass has different names for all the different colors. So that is the marigold. Your purple tones are amethyst. This, I can't believe, didn't go yet. This cute little bud brass vase is just $4. We will do another linen show on our Facebook page. That one we feature linens, ephemera, buttons, and stuff like that. So we did one a couple weeks ago. It was very, very popular. As for the basket underneath, I just want to see how much the crummer is. $8 for the toll crummer. So that's a nice piece of tollware. Pillar's the style of painting, and on the surfaces, it's just a very pretty, that's hand painted. We do have some other pieces that are decals, and we will always point that out to you when we're doing our lives and our YouTube videos, or if you send a query on something, we will let you know the condition and the finish and everything else on it so you know what you're getting before you commit to buying. So our shop, you have to look up and down and everywhere. These birds are 8. What are they made out of? Some kind of stoneware, maybe a resin. I think they're resin. Yep, she says resin on there. But made to look and feel like stone. We always got a lot of picture frames in here. Here's another little, we got a lot of these jars, just $4.80. That's the half pint. And we're in her second booth of Jazzy Junque. Again, take 20% off the prices that are not marked firm, which is the majority of her stuff. So, which is another reason why I like this vendor. We do not like that word firm. We tell them use it only on things that are very low priced, because it's not a sale if everything says firm. So we have this gorgeous carved wood eagle for $16. It's very nice details on the face. People, sign your work, take the credit. You do beautiful work, take the credit for that work. And some of the smaller shelves Don has shipped in the past. So, please do not hesitate to ask about those kinds of things as well. If you're not local, we should be able to ship things like that. $6.40 on the beaded wreath. That's a very good price. It's very thick with the beads. And as usual, there's always the little pieces that have the little chips to the beads on it. That's very common with those. Plates, racks like this, though, we cannot ship without incurring the surcharge of the fee or anything tall like that. So, and we do use commercial pricing, so it will be a little less than what the post office is going to charge you. If it's a supersized box and the weight is up there, we have used UPS in the past. We try to find the best prices for you on shipping. That's a very good price on the gold tassel for $8. That's for all of these here, this whole clump here. Wood doll for $8. Now these, I did look at these. There's a sticky substance, more so on this one than the other. So those are $8 each. Put a tiger in your tank. Spool. I did not see this one the other day. So these are very, very popular. This one's $10. Oh, this is nice. Is this metal? Or is this glass? What is this? $4.80. Wow, that's got good weight to it. It's got this gorgeous finished color on it. Very nice. Zorro. Coca-Cola gumball machine. That's $12. I can't tell if that's glass or not from here. That's a piece of flash glass again up there. Cranberry flash candle holder. My dad's brand of tobacco up there in $4. Ooh, this is pretty. Oh, that's interesting. $6.40. It's got the applied handle. It's got this red color. That's a very good deal on that. A lot of great old porcelain. Let's fix this sign. All right. I keep getting messages pop up on my screen from our Facebook Messenger, and I'm trying to read those and watch what I'm doing here. Here's a vintage Alf mug with the box for $8. One of the simplest acronyms out there, Alien Life Form. Piece of carnival back there for $11.20. Little slung glass vase back there. This is a set. This is $8 for this ginormous open sugar and lidded. I'm sorry. Is it creamer? How does this cream? No, I think they're both the same piece. There's no. I guess it's a set, but glass sugar and creamer. I don't see. This doesn't have a handle or anything. So this is just more like a spooner, a small spooner. Some more carnival glass. There's some Fiesta in here, and it's always priced very well. Let's see, is this the Sunkissed? It is. Sunkissed milk glass cream reamer for $12.80 as is. Probably has some small chips on it. And this place has gone to the dogs, as you can see. So a lot of our vendors, they'll have an eclectic mix of things, but they try to group likes together to make it easier for our collectors who like to just come in and look for a certain thing. You see, we're in Jazzy Junque still. This big shelf is for sale, not shippable. So if you're looking for an unusual shelf like this, it'd be really cute in a child's room. It's like, and you can put like a little storybook kind of theme with it and put all their books on there. It does sit on a surface as well, though if you're going to do that, you need to make sure it's going to be, if it's in a child's room, bracketed in such a way that it will not tip over. Well, this is neat to try color different metals for just $7.20. Heavy, she's right, it's heavy metal. So this is solid brass made in India, but you have the tricolor. We have some more springs left. The one on the left is $8. The tall, thinner one is $6.40. You see there's some contemporary pieces mixed in, but they all have a vintage flair to them. They blend in great with your vintage and your collectibles. It's fun, just $4 for the stained glass balloons. Matlock's rooster. And that is $14.40. Matlock's was a California pottery. California had its heyday as well as a big manufacturer of pottery and ceramics, especially right after World War II. There's a heavy pewter tray. I know a lot of our viewers are always looking for these silver-plated trays, priced right so that they can do their crafts with and recreate and make them into beautiful pieces. $7.20. We also did cookie cutters in the last show, so we'll probably do those as well as part of it, because there's some, when we did the last show, we did pull things like the yarn and the crafty kind of things. We did it as a separate show because it's very time consuming and a lot of people want to see everything. So we try not to get hung up in one particular thing. I cannot ship this mirror, but for our locals, and I can't see the price from down here, so I'm sure it's a very good price and you're going to take 20% off of that. So we're in the bookcase that's on the far back wall with Jazzy Junque. These are very sweet, just the little Scrabble letters. That one's $6, and you see they're glued on there. So how pretty is that in your vignettes? I know people love to layer and do things and pop little things. This one I'm surprised is here. Still, this is Peeps. Do it for my Peeps. And Peeps is just $6.40. I bought this for my son. I don't think I ever used it. But, you know, trying to hide his vegetables and everything, but now he's 17, and there's certain vegetables he'll eat, and that's all he eats, and I'm happy just to get any vegetables in him. That's $3.20 for this bunny. Ironstone egg cups. Is marked ironstone? I don't know. It's more ceramic feel to it. That's just $4.80, and that's for your larger egg and your smaller egg. So it's the dual egg cup. These are for incense sticks. A lot of people ask about those boxes. Lennox vase with rose, just $7.20. Bone dishes. These are always so nice. This is another thing that would have been on a lot of tables, and this one is $6.40. So this would have been in front of somebody's place setting, or not. I'm not exactly sure without looking at the etiquette of where to place your bone dish. But you wouldn't keep your bones on your plate. You'd put them in this. So a lot of people use those for trinket boxes. These are adorable for just $4.80. They are egg-shaped. Look to be hand-painted. Appear to be not marked, but they do look like a USA pottery to me. There's a pretty plate back there, Nippon for $8. So again, that would be between World War I and II. That one may actually be a little bit earlier. It's just gorgeous, though. I love it. It's got the airbrushed florals on it, and then you've got the gold around the rim, which is in remarkable condition. So a lot of people would just put these pieces in their china cabinet. So that's why they're in such good shape still. Here's an amazing coffee pot and percolator. So you can see you're perking up here in the glass. And look, it still has the guts. A lot of information on that. Universal percolator. Does not have the cord. $17.60. Very cool. Light just went on above me. Cool. We're having problems with our overhead lighting. We just need 2 more strands to go on now. This is a nice little box. Here's a doily. It does have some stains on it. This is just a tin part of a drawer that's $8. A lot of redone here at remarkable prices. Excellent tins. 4 cheese plates for $6.40 with the box. Are they all the same? Let's see. I'm sure this is a series. Oops, I can only get the one. Sorry, I apologize for... I just want to see if they're all the same. Okay, so we have different plates in here. I love that. Look at the little cows. You get all 4 of these plates for just $6.40 with the carrier. Some fantastic old kitchen tools. A lot of great cookbooks. Nut Crisp for $9.60. And again, if I go past anything that you want more information on, do not hesitate to reach out to us. Like I said, our preferred way of communicating and easiest for us is Facebook Messenger. And just send me a screenshot or tell me at what point in the video and which video you saw it in. $5.60, $12. Yeah, if you can just give me the date of the video, because we do have a lot of videos up, and sometimes people reference and they'll just say the video, and it could be a week after the video and I don't know which video. So help us avoid some confusion and get you these items and get your responses a lot faster by providing as much information as possible. Fantastic price, $8 on a Cobalt. These are definitely older. This is the open sugar and cream. Your sugars were open usually because you didn't have the granulated sugar. You'd have the sugar cubes. So a lot of sugar will get served with this with the little fancy tongs. $9.60. That's a pretty set. I just had like Jonathan Livingston Seagull in my head looking at this one. That's very pretty. So that's Demitas sized on that. These years ago were going for crazy beaucoup bucks, the violin plant hangers. This one's just $9.60. And I love the handles that are always on them, the hangers that came with them. The smaller one is $8. And those are just gorgeous colors on that. And they do have the holders. A lot of people hang them out in their gardens, on their patio. Of course, you can hang it in your house. At this price, like I said, they've come down a lot. You can start a collection of those, and how cool would that look in a room that gets a lot of light? And maybe you can make some kind of display in the window and have the light coming through. And again, this is another sort of thing that comes in different colors and sizes. Hand painted cherries on a milk glass plate for just $6.40. And I believe, other than the big bookcase on the back wall and the cubbies and the doors, all the furniture in this booth is for sale. This is cool as well. 10 on that bottle. Little cobalt plate for $2.40. Ooh, dictionary. I know people love their dictionaries. That's a nice looking one. Let's see. There's a cute doily on it. That is 9x9, and that's $3.20. Looks to be in pretty good shape. Let's see if we can get this without $4. Let's see if we can find the year without going crazy. Presented in 1986 by clearly was a worker at the Coca-Cola Bottling Company of New York. So how cool is that? $4. Cross collectible. You like dictionaries, you like books for risers, if you like Coca-Cola. Very cool. 125 cookies for $4. Sorry, just the recipes, not the actual cookies. That's very nice price. $6.40 on this nice stoneware piece here. Does have some age to it. Great colors. That brown is very nice, and that's incised in there. We have a blue canning jar, and that's just $3.20. That might be a little bit newer, but still very cool. We have the stoneware salt glazed cobalt set of cups for $6.80, I want to say, I think. Pair of glass candle holders for just $4.80, and you better buy them because they're looking pretty angry if you don't. They got their little hands on their hips, and those are just $4.80 for that pair. Can't ship the set of shelves, but more than welcome to come in. This decanter I cannot believe is still here. It's this beautiful iridescence Tuscany is the brand. $8. Look at the stopper. It's just gorgeous. And like I said, as soon as you watch this video, pause it if you see things, and do not hesitate. If you're one of my regular Facebook folk, as soon as you see something, just start sending me the messages, make the list, and when I'm back in, I will assemble that for you. Remember, I go by timestamps, but I go by timestamps based on YouTube. We have email, Facebook, and Instagram Messenger, as well as voicemail sometimes. So I have to go through all the sorts of way of communicating with us to make sure I'm hitting the first person that actually requested an item. Cast iron skillet for $8. It's a tiny one. It does need some seasoning. And there's lots of great different ways that you can do that. All kinds of YouTube videos on seasoning your cast iron. And from what I understand, cast iron is better when it's older. Got a lot of great artwork in here. That's quite the unusual vase. Again, I can't, once you see these things as having their hands on their hips, you can't unsee that. So they're looking angry. A lot of great Hallmark ornaments, and the prices on these are just amazing. So if there's a Hallmark ornament that you're needing or missing, it could be here now, it could be coming, it might have been here already. A little egg trinket for 4 peeps. Right done, $14.40. Clear, this is the button and daisy pattern, and that's just $4 for that top hat. Again, another popular item that was done with different patterns of the glass and a lot of different colors. Milk glass is very popular in this, but you'll see cobalt, amethyst, all the colors. So another easy and fun thing to collect. You always have room for more smalls. You do Charming Tales. This one, Don collects Charming Tales, but he didn't want this one because it's baby's first Christmas, $6.40. And these were by Unesco, and I tell you, waiting to get your kitchen fairies, all your Charming Tales in that, they come through here at prices that are just wow. I collected the kitchen fairies for a while and paid full Unesco prices. This is cute for $8. Here's another, this is milk glass, it looks like. And that is Westmoreland for $11.20. And usually if we did ship something like this, we would unscrew the handle so it's easier to ship. Ooh, $12.80, 6 of them. And that is like, what is it? Looks like a dogwood flower. These are pink. You can tell these are the real Depression glass. One of the ways, the big indicator, so I don't have any, they reproduced a lot of the Depression glass in the 1970s. And if you look at that versus the older, you'll see right away, they did not run the patterns all the way to the end on the reproduction. It's not as vivid. It's just kind of fades on there. So there's indicators. It's good if you can find a reproduction piece, which I don't have. Also the thinness of the glass on the older, just so you can compare. $9.60 on that really funky candle holder back there. More reproduction mercury glass. It's a beautiful canister for just $8. We have the pair of Sissel bunnies for $19.20. And I don't know what's over there in that corner that they're looking at, but she just doesn't want to look at him, maybe. I don't know. Lover spat going on there. There's a great jar for just $7.20. It's got the very nice genie bottle for $11.20. Not super old, but not brand new. $14.40 for the set of 4 bowls. Another nice big jar. This is actually a radio. Open up, and there it is inside there. It has this really cool screen on it in there. So, oh, here's a tray. I don't know if Don can ship that one. $9.60. It would hit oversized. You can see where the handles are. This, I can't believe it's still here. This is just gorgeous. It is metal. It's $14.40. It's very unusual, and that's what I love. I love the unusual, unique pieces that you can't find everywhere. Look at the details on this. Just a really cool piece. It does have some age. It is painted. It appears to be pot metal. Pot metal is just an assortment. It just melts a bunch of different metals together. It might be what's end of day kind of things. And then they cast. Okay, so this would be cast. And it's just a phenomenal piece for that price. We have some more Shelly plates. These are just $6.40 each. And she's got 3 of those available. The plate holder is for sale, but not shippable. Longaberger in the blue. I have some people that are looking for the Longaberger pottery with the red. I've only seen the blue lately, and those are just $6 a set. So they're really nice and durable and strong. They are they're very ironstone looking. So I see another set up there. So there's 3 that I'm seeing. These platters, I can't believe are still here. They're just $8. No maker's mark, but it's a good deal, I think. What's this one? This is nice. $6.40 white oval. I'm sorry, $8.50. So that'd be $6.80, I think. No maker's mark. This looks to be a hobbyist piece, but still a really cool dish for just $3.20. It's got these great MCM lines on it. So that'd be mid-century modern. So that'd be your 50s, early 60s. $16.40 on that really unusual tall candle holder. Here's another nice piece of brass. These are, again, our incense holders. They are not bobbins, which a few people have mistaken for in past pictures. So this is a gorgeous etched vase for just $7.20. Look at the colors on that. Nice piece of glass bake. Nice frame up there for just $3.20. Back up so we can see what's up there. Come down. Here's a nice piece of milk glass for just $8. Hot mail milk glass vase. Not Fenton, but here we have next to it a Fenton milk glass shoe for $8 with the cat. Another popular item that was produced in multiple colors and shapes and sizes. Got a lot of great milk glass happening here, including the aforementioned top hat with the button and daisy pattern for just $4.80. So we had the clear one earlier. Look at these cute, this little set here for just $6.40. We have goblets, 4 of them for $11.20. Cute little 3-sided milk glass dish for just $5.60. So again, we're visiting with Jazzy Junque. We did not get a chance to visit with this booth yesterday during our Facebook Live. There's just so much stuff. And look at all these great littles that she has on this little spinning rack here. Little packages of stamp, great for junk journaling for just $2.40. We'll probably grab some of that when we do our next ephemera sale. Oh, that's ceramic. I thought that was wood. It's just $12. We have a pottery bird vase. I need to see if this has a hole on the back for hanging. It does. Ooh, maybe. No, I don't think you can hang this one. But if Miss Mercille, it's not a wall pocket. It's just a little planter. And he's just $9.60. She's one of my folks that collect certain things. I try to pull things aside for people if I know they collect it and send them pictures. $6.40 on the candle holders. Another piece of pink satin vase there for just $9.60. I was telling Don I need a holster to carry my coffee cup in with me so I can take a couple of shots. So I'm not getting, I've been doing this for 41 minutes. And, you know, a lot of people think that, you know, I can just keep talking forever, but I do need a drink once in a while in between. Cute little, this is a wall planter with the lamp added onto it. We do not have the shade for that, so you put your bulb and it's a slip on. But the cuckoo clock planter part of it's in fantastic shape. It's just $8. I don't know if you how easy it is to take the light off. You might be able to just take the light off if you just want the planter, and even at $8, it's still a good deal. Ooh, this is a pretty little piece of glass hiding back here. Oh, not super old, $8. It's a mass-produced piece, but still beautiful. And next to that is a pretty piece of etched brass for just $3.20. There we go. We've bought a few of the fake plants for our window up front because unfortunately I have a black thumb. I am where plants come to die. My mother was a miracle plant person. She could break off a piece and grow like a jungle, basically. She just had that kind of talent. Here's number 6. This is black-eyed Josephs. Now, the pink eyes were the newer, the 70s, 80s, and they were made in Korea and Taiwan and Thailand. This one should be Japan. This is the older. Originally Josephs were made in California. Right near the end of World War II, a woman started making these in her garage. She set up the whole kiln and everything else, and she made Josephs. And then with the end of the war and, you know, treaties and such, I don't know what this candle belongs to, she moved her production over to Japan. So many of the larger ones were done in Japan. I have some of the small original ones, the California original ones. So that's one of the things that I do collect are the Joseph girls, but the black eyes. I don't want the newer ones. So there are 2 of the original ones down there at a great price. So we have the ribbon. This is always very popular. This is the other kind of stuff that we would feature in the show, just $6.40. Look at all that's left on there. So you get all that for just $6.40. Very good deal. We have these are vintage buttons in here, $6.40. So we do have new buttons in the shop as well. This looks like a mix of, might have some newer ones. $4.80 on that jar with the bale lid handle on it. So your mason ball jars, your canning jars, they will have the glass lid with this type of handle, the bale handle, or they will have the zinc with the porcelain underside lid, the screw tops. Here's another charming tail. These were candy containers, and these came, again, another thing that came in all different shapes and sizes. So they would fill this with these tiny little pellet-like candies, and then put the paper label under the bottom with all the information. We do, actually, Don has a collection of those. He has quite a few of those, and we even have some with the original candy in them. We just got some dollhouse furniture in. Always a big request for dollhouse furniture. Very, very popular. Okay, we're not going to go through all the linens and buttons right now. I do want to see what this big bag of stuff is, because that looks like a good little deal. So we got a bunch of snaps and other things in here. Great. These are so much fun for your junk journaling. Look at that. You got little tape measures. I'm not going to open up the bag, but all these little snaps and stuff. This is just $6.40 for this bag. That's perfect for your crafting needs. I'm going to go to the center of this booth now, and then we're going to be at the end. And then we can, so just a few more minutes. I thank you for taking your time and walking through one of our many vendor spaces here. So $3.20 on that. Here's more pink depression glass. So you can see the scratches, and our vendors actually indicate that. How nice is that? This is real. I can't believe this did not sell yet. I think there was like a small stain, but nothing major. But look at the work that somebody did on this. $8. And we can tell this is hand stitched and not machine stitched. So $8, even if that's all you're able to get out of that. So again, this is Jazzy Junque. Happy Easter, another Ray Dunn piece for $10. This is not a quilt. This is a piece of fabric that looks like a quilt. And that's 4 yards for just $9.60. So you can see even the fabric's a great deal here. I think this chenille's a cutter. And a cutter is where you would use it in your crafting needs. So that means it has a lot of holes or issues, but would be fantastic to use. I don't see the tag, but if you want information on this, just let me know. I hear it, but I don't see it. I got it. It's 40 by 58. It's $32. Maybe it's not. It doesn't have issues. I don't know. If you want more information on this, the whole thing is not chenille. You can see it's like fabric, but it has chenille finish on it in blue, pinks, and whites. This would be, I know a lot of people like to take these, and that's a pretty good size. And if they're not using them as a, what is this pattern? I'm trying to see. Let's see. I think we see some kind of shape over here. Yeah, it looks like a young lady with a belt. Yes, it is. So we have the young girl watering. Okay, so we've got Mary quite contrary, basically watering her flowers. And there's two little pieces of fence behind her. So a lot of people like to make these into pillows and such. So if you're interested in any of the items that I showed in this video, our past videos, any of our posts, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. You can find out how to reach us in our bio. Our email is now findus@graybarnantiques.com. That is gray with the E. You can call us at 973-786-5555. Please keep in mind, when you do call us, it will go to the answering machine because we are not here on Monday and Tuesdays and after 5 during the week. Otherwise, your best way of reaching out to us is Instagram or Facebook Messenger, and that alerts me right away, and it also timestamps it and lets me know that you have an interest in something. So do not worry about what time of day you're reaching out to me because I have the sound off, so I'm not going to hear it. But again, I will see the timestamp, and when I come in the morning or I look at it in the morning, I can see what order people actually requested something. And a lot of times, if you like it, somebody else does. So make sure you're the first one that does claim that item. It's just $4.20 on that. You could stay in any of these booths like all day. This is Yadro knockoff. So we're going to wrap this up. Again, you're visiting with Gray Barn of Andover, New Jersey. And today we spent some time with our vendor, Jazzy Junque. Thank you for spending your day with us, and have a wonderful afternoon.